best and worst of the day. And it was a long padded practice today. There was a lot of good things to talk about, but I have to say the best of today for me, guys, was just the overall atmosphere. Yeah, it was a hot day, but there were a lot of fans out there. Love seeing all the CHGO diehards out there. I also personally have my own family out there. I like to bring them out to one practice every year, and it was great having them out there. And actually, right after we got there, I left my family for, I thought it was going to be about 2 minutes just to go inside and put my book back, my bag in, our work area, come back out and find them. And within like 30 seconds of me leaving them, my wife texted me this photo of my guy James just chilling with George McCaskey. That's how fast it happened. So
I thought that was Crocodile Dundee.
We are pro George on this show. At least two of the three of us are.
I like the hat. I like the hat.
Yeah, well, come on. Carm's the one wearing at least.
Look, so that's your best. That's your
my best. Huh? My best is, yes, I'm gonna go with a me guy best today. Having my family out there, but also the overall atmosphere of just the amount of fans. It was good vibe. They were practicing where most of the fans were today. We got to see some good plays in that end zone. I got to hang out with my friend Greg throughout practice today. And also shout out to my friend Larry and his son Angelo. They were out at practice today, and Larry's dad as well. It was just a good day. It was a good day to be away from Mark Carmen.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice sitting next to each other and kind of trading thoughts and different things we were seeing on the practice field. I actually do have a picture. I was stalking you because you were sitting 2 rows in front of me. I do have one nice picture of you like looking out on the field, taking your notes. And then I did a close up of your notes that I thought about sharing one day, but I was going to save it for another day. So nobody
they're all right here and no one can read any of my
That's why I wanted to share with people to see how you take notes, because I take notes by tweeting.
Yeah. Okay. Hogue, what's your worst? I gotta move things along here. What do you got? What's your worst?
Wow.
Enough of Bragg's Hogue Lugfest in the ADA
If
section.
his best was Tyson Bagent, he'd have let you go, Hogue.
Yeah, I know. Well, that could be on the list of worst today, but we're not going to do that. No, look, there were a lot of good throws. We're going to talk about it here. We had another false start. There was only one. That's good. There was a miscommunication with Keenan Allen at one point. Like, none of this stuff I'm not necessarily that worried about, but there just seemed to be some missed opportunities by the offense. And there was plenty of good stuff too. I don't want to take away your guys' best, because we do have 4 guys on the show. I know Nick's here too to jump in, but so I don't want to make too big of a deal of it, but there's just some little things there where it's like, that should be a completion. That should be a good play. And I'm not worried about it at all on July 30th, but I just hope that continues to improve, because there's just too many. It's still too choppy for me on offense.
I love Hogue raising the bar on the offense right now. That's a fair thing, Braggs. I see you shaking your head. I also see that Nick is about to be popping in here too, our fearless reporter leader who's getting ready to go to Canton. Braggs, best and worst. I better be included in your best that you got to see me when you were at the concession stands getting your Dr. Pepper Zero that you shouldn't be drinking before practice started today.
Yeah, no, it's not on the list. That might have been my worst. But my best, was very apparent to me that Caleb Williams was making a conscientious decision to practice his touch throws, his timing throws, his anticipatory throws. The first 2 open practices that were padded on Friday and Saturday. So I've seen 3 now, and they've all been in pads. So lucky me. And the first 2 days, you really were seeing the velocity on Caleb Williams' fastball. He's got it, especially when he's throwing on the move, man. This guy, I think that probably is his best in his arsenal, is when he's throwing on the move, he can gun it. But today he was staying in the pocket a lot. They did a lot of one-on-one drills, some in the red zone, where they were practicing things like throwing to the front pylon before players are coming out of their break, both Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze at one point trying to do a back shoulder. They went a little too high on their stem trying to get back to the pylon. Weren't able to get back, but Caleb put the ball where it needed to be. There was multiple times where he's throwing dime balls to DJ Moore down the left sidelines, or, at the very end of practice, cutting threading the needle through the cover two, just like if you saw the video the Bears put out this morning of the closed practice at Walter Payton Center, back-to-back days, the exact same throw to Rome Odunze through the cover two coverage. But what comes with the anticipatory throws at times is miscommunication and timing, and you're throwing to a spot and the receiver goes a different way. But that's okay. That's why it's still on my best. There were some times where they had some incompletions. There were times where the accuracy wasn't exactly where it needed to be. There was even a few times it was a little too far over some people's heads, like Cole Kmet. But he's trying to figure out how he's going to fit it into NFL windows. And that, to me, shows the signs of progress and what he's trying to accomplish. And then by the end of practice, he started really hitting his stride on some of those throws, especially to Rome Odunze and another one to Keenan Allen. He's really got those out routes down where he's throwing to guys before they even get out of their break. So anticipation throw, my best. My worst, our guy, Cole Kmet. It's nothing that he's doing wrong. He's a great player. Cole Kmet, obviously is going to have a big impact on this offense. But in the 3 practices that I've been to, he hasn't really gotten the ball, if at all. And I just kind of feel bad because I understand there's only one football. Gerald Everett and Caleb Williams certainly seem to have developed a chemistry. He had a couple of really nice catches, one downfield on a back shoulder throw. But Cole seems to be kind of left out of the party right now. And so, I'd like to see some more red zone drills to see Cole, because I know he's going to have a big impact in the red zone. He obviously has, his fingerprints on the blocking that is going to take place at the tight end position for this offense. But for me, I'm missing our guy Cole Kmet. I want to see him get on in the action. And again, it's nothing that he's doing wrong. It's just there's only one ball and there's a lot of talent on this team.
85 shouting you out. I like it, Gregory. Nick, you want to go or you want me to jump in?
Oh, real quickly, best and worst. Best is Chad Morton and David Overstreet in today's practice, just kind of jawing at each other the entire time. It's really Overstreet jawing at the offensive players. He didn't like the DeAndre Swift big completion at the end of that team situational period. He thought Tremaine Edmonds made that tackle a lot shorter than what the gain ended up being, and he was just losing his mind on the sideline. So I love the energy from David Overstreet, the cornerbacks coach. And then Chad Morton, hyping up his guy DeAndre Swift. He's been bringing the energy as a running backs coach each and every single day. So I really just like the energy coming up from the coaches. But my worst, you guys, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing these formations where Caleb Williams is out there with the starting offense and you're seeing guys like Colin Johnson, DeAndre Carter, and then Rome Odunze, and not seeing guys like Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Rome. Of course, we're seeing that, but the reps where you're getting some of these backups mixed in with Caleb and a few of the starters, to me, it's not a waste, but they still need to get chemistry within the main guys of this offense. So just seeing a couple of reps out there like today, I'm like, let's just put Keenan, let's put DJ and put Rome out there, see how they all work off of each other. At the end, they're scoring touchdowns when all 3 of those guys are out there. So I want to see more of that moving forward.
All right, and for mine, I like the Caleb and Rome connection. It feels like, what's the one from the Muppets? There's something about a connection, the international connection, the something. Regardless, Caleb is doing his best to get his fellow rookie going. I think he's looking for him, and he found him for a touchdown today. He's found him a bunch of times. To me, it looks like sometimes Rome is not getting as open as Keenan is, or as open as DJ is. I mean, DJ absolutely shook the shit out of Tyreek Stevenson today. That was for a bomb that the crowd loved, which is also a sweet moment. There's a lot of best. On my worst, Tevin went down for a play. He did get back up and got right back in there. Just looked like he was taking a lot of contact and looked kind of tired. It was the last guy getting back to the huddle a bunch, and it wouldn't be on my worst, but when you see Nate Davis not practicing again, you just start to get really worried about the interior of the offensive line. And if they lose Tevin, that's a big deal. So hopefully he'll be A-okay. And, I threw in a bunch of other worse, just one, come on. I'm pointing the thumb. Caleb's not playing. The starters are not playing. I did not do a good enough job asking Matt Eberflus his logic as to why. I mean, I think everybody just took it at face value. Most time the starters don't play in the Hall of Fame game, but they did say they were considering it. I didn't push on it. I just asked him what Caleb's reaction was or how he said it to him, and Flus's response, we'll play it a little bit later, is that I told him you're not playing, and that was it. So I think we could have pushed a little bit harder on the reasons for them not playing in the game, considering they're trying to be up to speed week 1.
We all silly like the mayor.